ABC News 4 at 5 continues right now.
Gas prices are on the way up. Right now, a gallon will cost you about $2.50 in Charleston County.
But what's causing that increase? Our Brooke Schroeder spoke to an expert to find out.
Gas prices, they're on the rise across the U.S. and here in South Carolina. Here to chat about why that is and how drivers can cut around those costs. Author and gas expert Dave Nassaney. Dave, good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. Let's get right to the pandemic. We saw those prices hit some pretty big lows. Now they're taking some major jumps. What are we seeing here and why is this?
Well, it's complicated, as they say, but without getting political, I wrote about 6 reasons gas and oil prices rise generally when demand goes up. That's number 1. Number 2, when commodities go up. Number 3, when the dollar goes down. Number 4, when inflation goes up. Number 5, when energy independence goes down. And number 6, when any perception of these things happening goes up. And there's a couple of things that have happened under the new administration that would make some of these things go up. And that would be stopping Keystone and inflationary stimulus. So there you have that. Yeah,
and we're talking about weather, too. I mean, how does weather kind of come into play when we're talking about, dips and rises when we see them at the pump, especially the prices?
Well, weather does affect demand, but short term, people in the industry do expect that in the wintertime people will drive less, and in the summertime they drive more. But see, I'm in LA, and in LA we drive all the time out here because the weather is always wonderful.
And here in South Carolina, we're seeing some pretty sunny weather as well. So you have some tips for people to, kind of navigate these higher gas prices at the pump. Tell me about some of those tips for folks.
I do. There's 5 mistakes that you really should not make. The first one, people always ask, should I use regular? Should I use premium? And the vast number of cars on the road today are not high-performance cars, and they're not luxury vehicles. And AAA did a study and found that when you put premium in a car that is not designed for it, there's absolutely no benefit for it. So don't blow your money on high-pricely premium when you don't need it. Mistake number 2 is cheap gas really cheaper. A lot of people will go around and drive around the neighborhood for like 5 miles and burn $1. And why do that? Go and get an app on your phone. A good one is Gas Buddy, and it'll tell you where all the cheap stations are. Let your fingers do the walking. Mistake number 3, how often do you check your oil? With full service gone anymore, you got to open that hood at least once a month and check. And while you're under there, check some other things. And don't forget to change your oil 2 to 4 times a year, every 3,000 miles. Mistake number 4, what do we do about the tires? Check and see if any nails or glasses protruding from them, if it's wearing evenly, because all that stuff will cost you money and gas mileage. And mistake number 5, what about all those idiot lights on the dashboards, blinking and buzzing and gauges? And we don't have time to explain all of them because there's so many. Get your owner's manual and take it to the bathroom where you have time to read it and just study that thing, and you'll be a much better driver, a much cost-effective driver. You'll save a lot of money.
All right, Dave Nassaney, thank you so much for all of those wonderful tips. Hey, we love saving money at the pump. Thank you so much for joining us.